What's going on, everyone? Trust the Buzz here. If you're new to the channel, just know I make daily Charlotte Hornets content. So if that interests you, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. If you cannot tell by the thumbnail title of this video, in today's video, we're going to be talking about who is better. Is it LaMelo Ball or is it Anthony Edwards? And personally, my opinion, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who's better. I'm tired of seeing the argument. I know a lot of people, really it's just trolls. If you really watch basketball, you know that they're in two completely different situations. They're two completely different players. It's just fun because the LaMelo Ball stands who aren't really Hornets fans, but they just love LaMelo Ball, love to just brag about LaMelo all day. And then there's people who just hate that, so therefore they get on the sides of Anthony Edwards. If you ask me, I personally wanted the Hornets to draft Anthony Edwards, but once I realized that they didn't get the first pick, I knew that wasn't going to happen. And I'm more than happy with LaMelo Ball, but like I said, they are two completely different players in two completely different situations. So you have Anthony Edwards, who is a shooting guard. He's not asked to play make. He really wasn't asked to be the savior of the team or even the franchise. They have Cat for that. So he was asked to be a secondary guy who can score. While Anthony Edwards ended up being a lot more than that. He can be a primary guy, or at least he's projected to be a primary guy, a primary scorer. He has that kind of ability. That's not what he was asked to do, and that's still not what he's asked to do. As long as Cat's there, that is what he's going to be asked to do, is be a secondary scorer. He's just really good at it. As opposed to LaMelo Ball, he came in, he was supposed to be the savior because at the time, didn't know what's going on with Miles Bridges as far as skill wise. And now we don't know what's going on with Miles Bridges, even off the court. And then that was it. That was it. It was just, all right, LaMelo, come in here and save the team. And the thing is, LaMelo plays a different style of basketball. He's more of a playmaker. You can tell that's what he wants to do. He just has the ability to score. If the Hornets were surrounded with a bunch of scorers, well, non-ISO scorers, LaMelo would be, his stats would look a lot better, because that's what people, for some reason, love to just look at it. It's like, oh, look at the stat, look at the stat. LaMelo is a play-making point guard first. He's a passing point guard first, and yet he doesn't have someone he can do the pick and roll with, or even barely a pick and pop with outside of PJ and Miles. And even then, that's not like super consistent. That tells the story right there. You have some guy who has a generational talent on his team with Cat, and then also he is probably a generational talent. Then you have LaMelo, who's a generational talent, and a guy who really wasn't going to be a generational talent in Miles, but a guy who's going to be really good in the NBA is basically off the team now. And then he, like I said, he's a passing first point guard and he doesn't have a center. Look at his numbers. If you want to look at numbers, look at his numbers with Montrezl Harrell. His numbers with Montrezl Harrell were a lot better than they were with Mason Plum, because Montrezl Harrell is an offensively efficient center, and also he could run the pick and roll well. So you're asking a young point guard who the pick and roll is their bread and butter when it comes to a young point guard trying to get into the flow of the offense. You can't run the pick and roll with anybody. So I'm not saying that's the reason that LaMelo is better, or if he got a real center, he would be better. But I'm just saying they're completely two different players and completely two different separate situations. Now, I'm not going to sit here and just be like, oh, LaMelo, if he had a center, everything would be all right. Because like I said, he takes really bad threes. LaMelo takes really bad threes. He ends up making up more than a lot of them, but he takes a lot of bad threes, a lot of deep threes. Anthony Edwards does the same, but that's kind of his role, is to go up there, chuck up shots. Anthony Edwards is just so talented that those shots go in, and he's a little more aggressive to the rim, as opposed to Melo's not. Melo's a better rebounder and passer. It's just, they can go back and forth, and it's fun. But it should be fun like a Trey. Well, I know some people argue about that, but it should be fun like a Trae Young, Luka Doncic fun, where, oh, look, Trey did this, oh, but then Luka did this, and then Trey. But it's fun. Like, these people are really insulting each other over two people who don't care about them, in LaMelo and Anthony Edwards. It should be fun to talk about these two guys together, as opposed to two groups of people really going at each other. And that's how I feel about the situation. They're both amazing basketball players, and I know they're young, and I know like the hype around LaMelo and things like that. But that's the LaMelo stands. That's not real basketball fans. That's not real Hornets fans. So stop. If you're someone who, I'm gonna get on the Anthony Edwards bandwagon just because I hate LaMelo, because I get it. There are things you hate because of the fans. Like for me personally, outside of basketball, that's Eminem. I really enjoy Eminem. His fans are annoying, and that can be said for a lot of different things, a lot of different players. But I get it. So I get why you feel that way. But you got to realize those people more than likely are not real Hornets fans. The only real Hornets fans are in there arguing is because our generational talent finally that we get on this team is being attacked, and almost for no reason, because it's not like Melo plays into that or anything like that. So I get it that Melo fans can be annoying, and LaMelo fans, as in Hornets fans first, LaMelo fans second, but people who are just like, oh, whatever LaMelo do, I'm there. Those people, I get it. They can be annoying, but stop comparing the two. They play two completely different kinds of basketball, and they're both really good at the type of basketball they play. So just enjoy it for what it is. But anyway, that's a really quick video. It's the off season, so you're gonna get lame videos like this. But I really feel like I had to address this because people were really going in about who's better between LaMelo and Anthony Edwards when they're just two completely different, like I said, two completely different players, two completely different situations. It should just be fun to watch, and it should just be fun to watch them grow. Like I said, just compare it to the Trae Young, Luka. People, at least that I know, aren't really going at each other for that because they're both really good. They both do. Like Trae went to the Eastern Conference, and everybody's like, "Oh, look at Trae," and then Luka went to the Western Conference. It should be that kind of fun. Granted, the two franchises are different because the Hornets are trash, and it seems like the Timberwolves are trying to make a move to get better. You hope the Hornets finally decide to make that move to try to get better. I get that they're waiting on Miles. That's a whole different situation, but you would hope the Hornets would want to make that jump. But it is what it is. But just enjoy these two players for what they are, because it's really hard to get two young guys who come out the gate just swinging, and that's what they're doing, and they're both really good at the type of basketball they play. So let's just enjoy it. Anyway, that does it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace.